Hey, what's up YouTube? Maskedmechanicz here in our 69 Camaro. We showed this car in another video earlier, but now it's time to actually show you what's going on with it. It was really close to being wrapped up, but there was just a couple little things we had to take care of first. Our buddy who was up here working, who has an issue with quality control, who doesn't work with us anymore, had been working on the car for quite a while with electrical. The car got a brand new harness in it, completely, all the way through, new fuse box, the whole deal. Like it was a full setup made for these cars. And we had noticed there was several little things that weren't quite right with it, and there was a few things that weren't working. So what he's doing now is he's just taking a look at it and seeing what's going on and why a couple of the things weren't working, like the tack wasn't working. You know, it seemed like it had weird power draws here and there. And he's kind of doing a full inspection of the guy's work right now, and unfortunately he's really not liking what he's seeing. It's a shame. We're gonna have to take it all apart and really dig into it deep and see what's going on, so let's get after it. With the gauges out of the way, you can really see what a jumbled up rat nest of wires it is in here. It's a mess. Right now he's just going through and checking all the wiring and seeing what's there and what's not, and why why it's such a mess. You know, we're finding broken connections, we're finding loose wires, you're finding open hot wires that aren't even heat shrunk or taped up or anything. It's just not a good way to go. Right here he's realizing that the computer that runs the fuel injection is run through the headlight switch rather than going directly to the battery, which there's a piece of paper right on the hot wire when you get this kind of kit where it says run directly to battery, and I mean the guy ran it right to the headlight switch. It's just ridiculous, you know. That's a fire hazard even, you know. That's not the way to work on a car. It's disgusting. And now he wants to just go through and try to fix as many of the bad connections that he can find and try to figure out a way to tidy up this harness a little bit, but it's not looking good. As you can see, even the back of the gauges are a bit of a mess. Snarled wires, butt connectors everywhere. That's not the way you want to do this type of thing. You want to have nice connections all the way. Now after hours of just digging through, we're finding out that there's more of a mess even farther down in the harness. So we're starting to dig into it a little deeper and seeing what other mess there is to uncover before we would ever even consider giving a car like this back to a customer, because it's just not okay, it's not up to standard, and it's not even safe. So we'll figure it out. This is an example of the connector we're going to start using and implement throughout this car everywhere that there's a bunch of wires coming together, like the front harness coming through the firewall, the rear harness going to the back of the car, the back of the gauge cluster. We're going to have a separate one of these style connectors so that way everything's pinned together nice and clean and all the wires are run together. Here's a good view of the snarled up disaster of a mess that's after it all got untangled a little bit, just to show how bad it is. I mean, completely mutilated a brand new harness. It just doesn't make sense. I really can't understand it at all. Well, we said enough is enough, so finally, as you can see, this is all the things that we decided to take out to see what else was hidden away. And we can make sure and inspect every single wire that's in this car, because it's just not right the way it is. Well, we had seen enough and were disgusted enough to say we're going to cut it all out and do it right and replace it with the right stuff and run it the right way so there'll be no issues. Well, here's a good view now, because this is how much we had to tear out of the car to actually fix it right. The whole rear harness is rerouted. All the wires that were pinched in the seat bolts underneath the front seat, they were crushed wires. Behind the back seat, they were pinched in behind bolts. It was unbelievable. So now everything's squared away and straight so we can get that brand new harness in. Well, that's it for this video, guys. Stay tuned and we'll check out how this car comes together. It should start moving real quick now that we have all the right stuff. Please, guys, like and subscribe so we can keep this channel going and growing so we can keep these great projects coming to you. Also, check us out on Instagram or Maskedmechanicz.